What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We are back here at Colorado National Speedway for our first race of the season in the Legend car. And right off the bat, our practices felt pretty good. We already started off the season getting into the 18.8 and 18.9 second lap times. The car did feel pretty good during practice, but started to loosen up as we got into a longer run. So we tried to keep an eye on it as it started to trend towards that loose condition, but we weren't too overly concerned with how loose the car was overall, and we were able to manage it pretty well. So we just went out for two of the practices, the very first one and the last one. Unfortunately for us, the first practice did not have the timing loop going, and so Race Monitor didn't show any of our times, but our third practice was up and we were able to get down into the 18.8s. As I said, the car felt great in practice compared to what we were used to last year, and so we didn't really feel the need to make any changes, and we wanted to see if we were able to just correct them by just driving a little bit differently for ourselves. So when we went out for qualifying, we went out with the same exact setup that we had in it for practice and tried to do as best as we could. Now this by far has been our best qualifying attempt to date, qualifying us 13th out of 27 cars with a time of 18.931. So we're definitely going in the right direction with everything finally qualifying into the 18-second range. Now luckily this did time us into the fast dash that they have here, so we started 10 laps on the inside of the second to last row because they ended up putting the quick time into the back for some reason. I'm not 100% sure why they did that, but we ended up starting pretty slowly and just giving them the inside fairly quickly and making sure we're not going to get caught up in anything because they are quite a bit quicker. So we're just going to let these 10 laps run out and see what happens at the end. just like that, on lap 7, the caution comes out because we've got 2 people that wrecked on the backstretch. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at what exactly happened. You can see the 4W car in the black and white there on the inside, and we've got the 14 on the outside. Both of those cars are looking a bit loose coming off the corner, but it doesn't look too severe. The 14 is there, and the 4W just comes up. I think that they were just correcting a loose trend and just ran out of room with the 14 being there and ended up stuffing it into the wall. So unfortunately they did red flag the dash for this so that they can clean up the track. But it wasn't long before we started rolling under caution once again and concluded the race with only 3 laps to go. The rest of our fast dash went pretty uneventful. We did end up losing 1 spot to the 45 here on the closing laps, but we finished 9th overall, gaining 1 position throughout the race, so definitely nice to have a car ready to go for the future. All we had to do was top it off with fuel, check our tire pressures once again, and then we were ready to head back out onto the track for our 25 lap feature race. unfortunately for us, we did end up getting wrecked out of the race here on lap 4 after getting tangled up with another car. So we're going to go through, replay this video, and see what exactly happened. So we're going to restart here on lap 3. We get a little bit loose coming off of turn 2, but it's nothing super concerning. We did lose our momentum though, and as you can see, we got a shot here on the bumper from the 18 in our mirror. He did move us up the track a little bit, so we figured since it's lap 4, we're not in a huge hurry, and we're going to give him the inside with as much room as we can. So we're all the way to the outside to the wall, and as you can see, the 18 does dive in pretty deep here and unfortunately just slides up the track, tags our left rear with his right front, and at that point we were just along for the ride. I don't think that there was actually anything different that we could do aside from just hold the brakes and hope that it's not as bad as it was, but unfortunately there was nothing we could do in the moment to change the outcome of that wreck. So unfortunately for us, we did have to bring the car back on the wrecker and try and fix a bunch of our bent rods and get our rear end at least straight enough to roll again. But unfortunately this wreck did bend up quite a bit of stuff, so we will have to tear down the car pretty much completely to get it on a jig, make sure it didn't destroy our center section, and hopefully at that point we'll be able to straighten everything out and get it back out onto the track so that we can continue racing for the season. But that's pretty much all I have for this video. Unfortunate way to end our opening night, especially on lap 4 of the future, but I guess that's part of racing. As you get quicker, you will be more likely to wreck your stuff. So we're going to try and be a little more cognizant of stuff like that in the future and try and race a little more smart on the opening laps and hope that something like this doesn't happen again. But that's all I've got for you guys. I appreciate you guys watching and I hope to catch you in the next one.